Montessori Grandma. Episode 41. The Story of Yogurt and Dosa.
The Story of Yogurt and Dosa. Written and presented by Geeta Vijayachandran. The story of yogurt is a story I developed after I had children tell me yogurt is got in the supermarket and made in factories. They were surprised when I told them it can be made at home. This is a lesson on how to present anaerobic respiration. What is yogurt? A slightly sour, thick liquid made from milk with bacteria added to it, sometimes eaten plain and sometimes with sugar, fruit, etc. While I was working in the UK and we were doing bacteria, the topic of yogurt came up. When I said the yogurt is made from bacteria, children couldn't believe what I said. How can bacteria be eaten? I said some bacteria are good. So we set to work making yogurt. How is yogurt made? We need milk and lactic acid bacteria. This bacteria is present in all curd or yogurt. When a little old curd is added to warm milk, these bacteria set to work. These bacteria may already be naturally present in milk. What bacteria is used? Yogurt is made when warmed milk is combined with bacteria, specifically Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, and left to sit for several hours at a warm temperature. Additional types of lactobacilli and bifidobacteria may be added. How does the presence of bacteria make yogurt? The presence of bacteria are critical in the formation of curd because they break down the milk's sugars to create the lactic acid that makes yogurt. Breaking down lactose. The bacteria begin their work with anaerobic respiration. This is a way to gain energy without oxygen. Anaerobic respiration. Milk contains a sugar called lactose, which these bacteria love to eat. They use special enzymes to break down lactose into two simpler sugars, glucose and galactose. Through anaerobic respiration, these sugars are converted into energy. The bacteria uses energy to multiply and grow, making sure that even more lactic acid is produced. Lactic acid production. As the bacteria thrive, they produce lactic acid as a byproduct. This lactic acid is essential for the next step because it begins to change the chemistry of milk. Next is turning milk into a thick, tangy curd. Milk contains a protein called casein, which stays in liquid form at a neutral pH. But as more lactic acid is produced, the pH of milk begins to drop, making it more acidic. Acidity and curdling. When the pH reaches about 4.6, the casein starts to clump together. This clumping is what causes milk to thicken and make curd. The texture of curd becomes dense and creamy. The coagulated casein traps fat and water, forming the solid structure that makes curd. Flavor and texture. The lactic acid gives the curd a tangy flavor. The thick and creamy texture comes from the trapped fats and proteins. The acidic environment in the curd prevents harmful bacteria from growing. This keeps the curd or yogurt fresh for longer. Anaerobic respiration. From simple milk, lactic acid bacteria work their magic through anaerobic respiration. This turns lactose into lactic acid that forms a texture and protective qualities. The same goes with the Indian dish called dosa. Rice and urad dal is made into a batter and kept overnight. Tiny microorganisms, including lactic acid bacteria and yeasts, will begin to flourish in the dosa batter. No oxygen is needed. The microorganisms will utilize the glucose found in the rice and dal. The bacteria and yeast feast on the carbohydrates present in the ingredients. Through anaerobic respiration, they transform glucose, a simpler sugar, into energy. Anaerobic respiration. The bacteria produces lactic acid, which gives the batter a tangy flavor. The yeast releases carbon dioxide and ethanol. Ethanol evaporates while cooking, but the carbon dioxide bubbles give the batter volume and fluffiness. The process of anaerobic respiration has transformed a simple mixture into a tasty dosha. Thank you, bacteria, for the yogurt and the dosha. That brings us to the end of the story of the yogurt. Thank you for watching. This is Geeta Vijaychandran signing off.
Montessori Grandma.